हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय 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 ओम नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। Bhagwan Shri Krishna is showing Vishvarupa, the universal form, to Arjuna. The entire world is sustained by Ishvara. Ishvara is present in each and everything of this world, and everything is present in Ishvara. When we are ignorant, when we see identified with this body, when we see this world, everything appears different. So many varieties we see in this world. But with the right knowledge, when we gain from this Shastra, we come to know that the whole world is pervaded by that one Ishvara. Isha avasyamidam sarvam. Everything is pervaded by Ishvara. But that doesn't mean the world is there and Ishvara is different from the world. Ishvara himself appears like the world. The whole world exists in Ishvara. In a little portion of Ishvara, the entire vast infinite world exists. Arjuna had this desire to see this universal form of Ishvara. So on his request, Bhagwan shows him his Vishvarupa. Arjuna also wanted to know what will happen in this war. A very terrible war was about to begin. Lakhs of soldiers and lakhs of warriors were all set to fight this war. Some 18 Akshauhini Senas were there on both the sides. Means crores of soldiers were there on both the sides, ready to fight this war. So Arjuna wanted to know, wanted to understand what will be the outcome. So Bhagwan started showing his terrible form, Rudra Rupa. So in that Rudra Rupa of Ishvara, Arjuna could see all the great warriors entering the mouth of Ishvara, of that Vishvarupa. So many mouths Ishvara has got with terrible teeth, and all these warriors are entering and their heads are getting chewed, and some of them are getting stuck in between the teeth. So very horrible sight. Here Arjuna compares it. He says, Yatha nadinam bahavo ambuvegaha. Just as the rivers with strong currents, with full speed, moves towards the ocean, in the same way, all these great warriors, Naraloka Viraha, Vishanti Vaktrani Abhivijwalanti, they are entering the fiery mouth of that Ishvara. So it was a very terrible sight. Very terrible sight. Even for Arjuna, who was so strong, brave, and a great warrior, to see this at once, so many warriors getting crushed and entering the mouth of Ishvara and getting just merged into it, was a terrible sight. And why are they entering the mouths of Ishvara? Arjuna describes now. We'll chant verse number 29. यथा प्रदीप्तं ज्वलनं पतंगाः विशन्ति नाशाय समृद्धवेगाः तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोकाः तवापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगाः. He says that yatha pradiptam jwalanam patangaha, yatha patangaha, just like the flies. There are those flies which get attracted towards fire, a burning, blazing fire at night and all in the evening when we light this fire. A lot of these flies get terribly attracted toward this fire. Or even in a small lamp, if there is there at home, flies and all, they get attracted towards this. They have great fascination for this fire, that light. What they think, we don't know, but they get totally attracted by that. Even at night when one drives, lot of these flies get attracted to the headlights of the car. And what happens to them? Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patangaha vishanti nashaya samruddha vegaha. They rush toward this fire, all these flies, to their certain death. They just get burnt and they just die there. But they have this strange attraction towards this fire. Nobody can stop them. They just move toward this fire. Some of the restaurants and all, they keep this special electric light which attracts the different flies towards this light, and all of them, they get attracted and they die. They get burnt into this fiery light. So yada yathat pradiptam jwalanam patangaha, like a blazing fire, all this patangaha, all these various flies, vishanti, they enter samruddha vegaha, with full speed. They enter this fire for their certain death, nashaya. In the same way, tatha eva nashaya vishanti lokaha. In the same way, for their own destruction, all these worlds and all these great brave warriors and soldiers, they are seen entering the mouths of that Vishwarupa. Lokaha tavapi vaktrani samruddha vegaha. Entering with so full speed into the mouth of Ishvara to get totally consumed by Ishvara. We have this strange attachment and attraction, and we move towards our own annihilation, not understanding the nature of this world. We constantly move towards our own annihilation. See, even when we celebrate our birthday, some people, they light various candles, as many candles as they have lived, so many years they lived on earth. Slowly the number of candles keep on growing, and it is like a blazing fire. Many times in the process of blowing the candle, they burn their hairs also. Though traditionally we light a lamp and celebrate our birthday by praying to Ishvara and getting his blessings. So here Arjuna is describing how we move towards, how all these soldiers are rushing towards their death, not knowing or getting that attraction to move towards it. See, in this Mahabharata war, see, few people have their own great ambition. Is Duryodhana. He had this strong greed to possess the kingdom without thinking about what is right and wrong. By hook or by crook, he wanted to possess not only the kingdom which was given to him, but he wanted to also take away the kingdom of these Pandavas. See, the whole kingdom belonged to Yudhishthir according to the rules and laws of that time. But out of compassion and also to avoid fight, dispute, they divided the kingdom to Hastinapur and Indraprastha. And Hastinapur was to be given to Duryodhan, and Indraprastha was given to Yudhishthir. But Duryodhan wanted that Indraprastha also. So, playing all sorts of tricks with that game of dice, he took away, snatched away that Indraprastha. And after 13 years, he has to return that kingdom, but he did not return. And this war became inevitable. And Duryodhana started meeting different, before the war, he met lot of these kings and lot of people and took them on his side, that you all of you fight with me. And lot of people, they were on the sides of the Pandavas and many were on the sides of Kauravas. In fact, 11 Akshahonis were on the side of Kauravas and 7 Akshahonis were on the side of Pandavas. So lakhs and lakhs of soldiers and all were involved in this war. And Arjuna could see in that Vishvarupa, all of them are just dying, getting crushed. See, in a small scale, all of us are moving towards death. Every day we are moving towards our own death, towards our own annihilation, toward the annihilation of this body. So before we get consumed by this death, we should focus our attention on achieving our supreme goal. Otherwise, whole our life is wasted. And nobody gains by this war and dying and all. So Arjuna could see that. And what was Ishvara, what was Vishvarupa doing? What was his, how was his form when all these soldiers and warriors were entering his mouth? Arjuna describes that further. He says, Lelihyase grasamanas samantat lokan samagran vadanairjvaladbhihi tejobhirapurya jagat samagram bhasastavogra pratapanti Vishnu. He says, Lelihyase grasamanas samantat, having consumed, while eating all these warriors in various mouths, that Vishvarup is seen eating, consuming all these warriors in his mouth. Grasamanas samantat, and from every side the warriors are entering and getting crushed in the mouths of Vishvarupa Bhagwan. And what does he do? Lelihyase, he is enjoying, he is just getting that great joy of eating, consuming all these warriors. Just like we see some people enjoying eating something. Things sometimes they, like little children also, they eat some chocolate cake or something like that, and the melted chocolate is there and it is dripping from their side of their mouth and all, but they enjoy like anything, and they lick the molten chocolate to get more joy out of it. In the same way that Vishwarup Bhagwan is seen, Arjuna is seeing him enjoying eating those warriors. Very tasty. Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, Karna, and so many other warriors. Very nice. लेलीयसे ग्रसमानस समन्तात लोकान समग्रान वदनैर ज्वलद्भिः. In his mouth, which is ज्वलद्भिः, which is fiery mouth. Dipyamanaihi, in his fiery mouth, in his vadanaihi, all the warriors entering, and Bhagwan is enjoying, getting great delight of eating. Tejobhirapurya jagat samagram bhasah tavogra pratapanti Vishnu. And by that great brilliance of that Vishnu, Vishwarupa Bhagwan, all pervading, Vishnu means all pervading, Ishvara, by his bhasa, by his teja, by his brilliance, the entire world is getting heated up. Tejobhirapurya jagat samagram, samagram jagat, bhasah tava ugraha, by the terrible brilliance and heat of Ishvara, the entire world is getting heated up, and Bhagwan eats it, and he is rejoicing in that. Some people, when they eat and all, the whole their body also gets heated up, and all perspiration and all comes out, and they rejoice eating the different dish kept in front of them. In the same way, Bhagwan is rejoicing, eating, and gulping all these warriors. And by his heat and brilliance, all the world is getting heated up, from all sides. Tejo bhirapurya jagat samakram. The whole jagat is totally pervaded by the teja of that Vishwarupa. Ugraha pratapanti Vishnu. So very horrible, terrible, terrorizing form of Ishvara. Arjuna is watching. He is just looking, staring at that Vishwarupa. So scared, absolutely agitated, and did not know what is happening, and did not know who is that Ishvara, what is his form, and what are his intentions. It was a horrible, frightening, terrorizing moment for Arjuna. And while looking at that Ishvara in this form, Rudra Rupa, Ugra Rupa, Arjuna did not know his friend Krishna, with whom he used to play, with whom he used to joke, who used to mow around. Whenever he used to call, he used to come for the help of the Pandavas. That same Krishna, Arjuna is seeing in that Vishwarupa and horrible form, devouring all these warriors and rejoicing in that, enjoying. So Arjuna is now in this next shloka, he asks Bhagwan that please tell me, who are you? Akhyahi me ko bhavan ugra rupaha namostu te devavara prasida Vidnyatum ichchami bhavantam adyam न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम् आख्याहि मे को भवान उग्र रूपः. हे भगवान, ओ भगवान, please tell me, आख्याहि मे, please tell me, who are you? Who are you of this terrible form, ugra रूपः? Who are you? What is this form of yours? I don't understand anything. Namostute, please, my namaskar to you, my namaskar to you. Hey Devavara, oh the greatest of all the devatas. Prasida, prasida, be pleased with me, be happy with me, be peaceful. May your blessings be upon me. Prasida, prasida, namostute, Devavara. आख्याहि मे को भवान उग्र रूपः. Sometimes we feel that we understand nature, we feel we understand people, we feel we understand the devatas, we feel we understand Ishvara, but when nature also takes some terrible ugra rupa, we get scared. We start wondering, who are you? Even in our own family, the person whom we love and whom we know, suddenly one fine morning he gets so terribly annoyed and angry and start becoming violent, that we also start wondering, Ki Baba, who is this fellow? People get they love someone, get married, everything is so nice and so loving and wonderful, but after a few months they start seeing the ugra roop of that husband or that wife. Who are you? First I thought you are a Chandramukhi, but now I am seeing you as a Jwalamukhi only. So Arjuna was so scared. He is asking Bhagwan, Akhyahi me ko bhavan ugra rupaha namostu te devavara prasida. My namaskar to you. Please be happy, be pleasant. Please tell me, who are you of this ugra rupa? I have never seen this and never imagined that such a thing is there. Vijñātum iccāmi, I want to know. I want to know about you. You have revealed your beautiful nature in the previous chapters also. So wonderful, so nice, gentle, compassionate, forgiving nature of Ishvara was revealed. And his presence, Bhagwan had showed to Arjuna that I am present everywhere. I am the brilliance in the sun, the moon. I am present in earth. I am the fragrance in the earth. I am the taste in water. I am the Himalayas. I am Ganga. See everywhere my presence. I am the Vasanta Rutu with lovely flowers everywhere. Such a pleasant, compassionate, loving, happy form of Ishvara was shown to Arjuna. But here Bhagwan has taken that Rudra Rupa and he is rejoicing, enjoying eating all those warriors. So Vijñātum iccāmi, I am eager to know you. So it's very important that we should know Ishvara in all his facets. Bhagwan is not only Nirguna, but he is also Saguna. Aguna. Saguna, aguna nahi, nahi kachu bheda. Sagun nahi, agun nahi, nahi kachu bheda. There is no difference between sagun and nirgun. Just like water and eyes, fundamentally there is no difference, but the forms are different. Again, Bhagwan, when he in Sagun Roop, he has got a variety of forms. Some of them are very compassionate, pleasant, nice, but some of them are very ugra, terrible, terrorizing. Bhagwan is very nice with his devotees. Bhagwan is very kind and compassionate towards those who follow the path of dharma. But Bhagwan takes a terrible form against adharma. Bhagwan doesn't like adharma. Bhagwan doesn't like the negative qualities. He just dislikes them. In Ramayana, when Ramchandraji went to the forest and he saw huge a site where lots and lots of bones were there, like a mountain of bones. So Bhagwan asked, what are these? Whose bones are these? What is this happening? The rishis said these are the bones of all the tapasvis, the rishis who were doing tapas in this forest. And these rakshasas used to come and eat them and throw the bones here only. So mountain is formed of all the bones of these rishi munis. So hearing this, Bhagwan got so angry with all these rakshasas, and he lifted his bows and took a vow that I will make this earth devoid of all rakshasas. I will destroy all rakshasas, all asuras, all adharmic people from this earth. He took a vow there. And when Bhagwan takes a vow, he does it. And Sita ji and Lakshmana, all are Bhagwan's avatar, only Bhagwan's Rupa. So all of them together participated in this great mission of making the whole earth free of these Rakshasas. And Ravan was the king. Ravan was the big leader of these Rakshasas. So Bhagwan attacked that Lanka, destroyed all these Rakshasas. Even before that, he destroyed the Rakshasas in the forest. So that is Bhagwan's Ugra Rupa. Bhagwan is at the same time very kind and gentle, a tiny little squirrel sitting on the palm of Sri Ram. Lovingly, he is patting that squirrel. But that same Sri Ram, with his bow and arrow, he fights with that Ravan fearlessly, without having any chariot or any special dress or arms. Bhagwan just fights and kills that Ravan. So Bhagwan is very compassionate, kind, but at the same time he takes a different form to destroy the evil. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Protecting the good is one form of Ishvara. Destroying the evil is another form of Ishvara. And establishing dharma, being a teacher, is another form of Ishvara. So Arjuna wants to know Ishvara in all his forms, in all his glories. So he says, Vidnyatam ichchami Bhavantam O Bhavan, Bhagwan, you are the one who were born in the, were present in the beginning. Adyam, you are the Adi. You were in the beginning of creation. You were there before the creation. And when everything gets dissolved, you alone remain. You alone think before the creation, you alone think that I want to create. And you create this world. So you are the Adi, Bhavantam Adyam. But I don't understand all your pravritti, all your actions. Nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. Especially this Ugra Rupa of yours. I am not understanding. I don't know. I am getting scared. Nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. Please tell me who are you. Please tell me about yourself. And accept my namaskar and be pleased with me, be happy with me. So when Arjuna requested Bhagwan to reveal his identity, Bhagwan speaks now as that Vishvarupa. Bhagwan speaks to Arjuna. It's the most fascinating thing. As Vishwarupa, as that Ugra Rupa, Bhagwan speaks to Arjuna. Let us chant. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kalosmi Lokakshaya Krit Pravruddha Lokan Samahartumiha Pravruttaha Rite Pitva Na Bhavishyanti Sarve Yeva Sthita Pratyanikeshu Yodhaha. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Krishna is Sakshat Bhagavan. He is Sakshat that Brahma, Ishvara, not a little Devata. Not Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, not all the 33 Devatas, not any. He is that Sakshat Ishvara alone. Bhagavan, Brahma. Other than Brahma, everyone is Jiva only. Other than Ishvara, all are Jivas. Some Jivas are called Devatas, but they are also Jivas. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Bhagavan says, Kalosmi. Hey Arjuna, you want to know who I am in this terrible, terrorizing form of mine? I am Kalaha. I am death. Kala means time. Kala also means death. See, Yamraj is also called Kala because there is no difference between time and death. Time just destroys everything. Nothing can remain in front of time. You cannot stop time, and you cannot stop moving in time. Every moment we are moving in time. We cannot stop time. And everything is consumed by time. See, even in fire, certain thing doesn't get burnt. But time burns everything. Time consumes everything. So it's like, it's a death. Kalaha. Bhagavan says, I am death. Lokakshay krit pravruddha. I am all set, all ready to destroy this world. See, this is the shloka which was quoted by the scientist Robert Oppenheimer, is the father of atom bomb. He made that atom bomb which was then put on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And this scientist, he was very fascinated by Bhagavad Gita. In order to understand Bhagavad Gita, he learned Sanskrit. And he had studied this Bhagavad Gita, and always the Bhagavad Gita was kept on his desk. And he used to gift this Bhagavad Gita to his friends and colleagues. He was inspired by the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. And when he made this atom bomb, he remembered this shloka because it was not easy, because he knew what he was making will kill millions of people instantly. So it is not very easy for a person to be instrumental for the death of millions of people. But if you know what you are doing, if you know that you are an instrument in the hands of that Supreme, if you know that certain things, though may be horrible, but it is the right thing to do, if you know that you should be totally dedicated to your duties and do your work. So many things he learned from Bhagavad Gita. Because in Bhagavad Gita also similar confusion was there in Arjuna's mind, that if this war is fought, millions of people will die. Of course, that if one can avoid wars, that is the best thing. But if nothing works, if all the various options are closed, then this is the only option which remains, then one has to take that option also. Arjuna fought this war after understanding Bhagavad Gita, after understanding that I am just a nimitta. It is Ishvara who is fighting this war. It is Ishvara's wish. It is Ishvara's will. I am just an instrument of Ishvara. So this great atom bomb was put on Hiroshima, and that another bomb on Nagasaki. Millions of people got killed instantly, and so many got affected, remain alive, but their limbs and things got burnt and they remained in a horrible state. It was a horrible event in the history of our earth. But the terrible thing is that that atom bomb, compared to that atom bomb, we have much more lethal bombs now. Nuclear bombs are there, which are hundreds of times or thousands of times more powerful than those atom bombs which were put on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And there are hundreds and thousands of bombs are there in the hands of few nations of this world, including India, Pakistan, China, America, Russia. Even one bomb is enough to create havoc in the whole world. So luckily, Ishvara is the ruler of this world. If it is there in his mind to preserve the world in a particular way, he will preserve. But if he thinks that adharma has increased too much and lot of people have to be wiped out, Bhagwan just has to change the mind of one leader and the whole thing will get destroyed within seconds. So Bhagwan takes Kala Rupa. Kalosmi Lokakshayakrat Pravriddha. I am Kala, he Arjun. I am all set for what? Lokakshaya Pravriddha. To destroy this world, means destroy all these adharmic people, to reduce the weight of this adharma on earth. Too much of adharma is spread all over. So I have collected all these people on this battlefield and I will just destroy them. And later on I will destroy all the Yadavas also. See, before the war, Mahabharata war, Bhagwan told his own brother, Balaramji, that you go on the Tirtha Yatra. Tirtha Yatra mein chale jao. So Balaram goes on a Tirtha Yatra. When he was out on Tirtha Yatra, this war was fought. Mahabharata war was fought. Later on, Bhagwan kills all these Yadavas, his own family members. They fight with each other and kill each other. And Bhagwan himself was sitting there, and an arrow hits his foot. Bhagwan was sitting with one foot on top of his thigh, and a hunter, he thought some animal is there, and he shot that arrow, and it hit the sole, the bottom of his foot. And Bhagwan also ended his avatar. So he takes this avatar to set the whole balance of this world right. See, without Ishvara directly interfering, the Devatas and the human beings doing their respective work, their duties, they maintain the balance of this cosmos. But sometimes the adharma increases. Due to long passage of time, adharma increases. And once that adharma grows, then it just starts growing like a wildfire. Then it goes out of hand. Even the Devatas and others cannot do anything. Everyone becomes helpless. So at such moment, Bhagwan takes avatar. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam shrajamyaham. So Bhagwan takes avatar, and not for just avatar for fun and moving around and sightseeing and all, no. Bhagwan comes for a definite work which cannot be done by anyone else, which cannot be done by any Devatas or Rishi Munis or human beings or kings. So Bhagwan comes and does his work. So here he was talking to Arjuna in the beginning also. First chapter, second chapter. Hey Arjuna, fight this war. It is your duty. You should do this. That is dharma and all those things. Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, I don't need you. Without your participation also, I will kill all of them. I don't require you. You require me. Ishvara doesn't require us. We need Ishvara. We do seva of Ishvara for our own sake. We love Ishvara for our own sake. We surrender to Ishvara for our own sake. Ishvara doesn't need. He can do his work without anybody's help. In fact, without anybody's help, Bhagavan creates the whole world. Sangha sahaya na duja. Without any assistance. Bhagavan just creates the world. He doesn't require Arjuna or the Pandavas. He can do his work. But he is making Arjuna nimitta. So he says, Kalosmi lokakshay krut pravruddha. Hey Arjuna, I am Kal, I am time, I am death. Time and death, same. I am that time. See, if you look at our present time, this pandemic is happening. It's also like a play of death which is happening. But our whole time, our whole lifespan on earth is like a fraction of a millisecond in that eternity. So many times the world was created. So many times, so many different situations had come in this world. So many times Bhagavan has taken avatar and so many times he had destroyed the dharmic people. This is just a routine. So Bhagavan says that now is the time for me to do my work of destroying these adharmic forces from this world. If I just leave, if I conclude my avatar without doing this work, that will not be proper. Adharma will continue. So, Kalosmi lokakshay krat pravruddha. I am Kalaha pravruddha. I have grown. I have assumed this form for lokakshaya krat, to destroy this world, destroy this adharma. Lokan samahartumiha pravruttaha. I am ready, pravruttaha. I am ready to perform this work of destroying this world. Lokan samahartum, samhar, जगत का संहार करने के लिए. See, even at a small scale, we have some health problem, health issues. We go to the doctor. The doctor does diagnosis and gives us medicine. Does lot of other treatment. He says that we are doing all this so that you get cured, but your internal organs are really damaged, and some operation has to be done. But we are trying our level best to see whether without operation you can get cured. But if it doesn't work, then the person is operated, and some of the organs or the portion of the organs are removed. Lot of blood get wasted. Lot of cuts and stitches and all take place. So the doctor who was talking to you in the office so nicely, asking you whether you will have a cup of coffee to drink and showing you the slides and the x-rays and all, and laughing and joking and all. The same doctor as a surgeon with a scalpel in his hand and scissors and all, and cutting and stitching and doing all sorts, and his whole hands are getting what you call colored by the blood and all. Similarly here, Bhagwan, so nice, gentle, eating butter, stealing butter from different homes, dancing with the gopis, playing, taking the cows for grazing, playing the flute. Same Krishna is in Ugra Rupa. He says, I am ready to destroy this world. Samahartamiha pravruttaha. So Arjuna was seeing, looking at him. And then Arjuna thought that, oh, Bhagwan was telling him to fight this war, maybe he needs my support. Bhagwan says, no. Rite pitva, bina aapke, you are not required for me. Rite pitva, na bhavishyanti sarve, all these people will not exist in future. They will not remain. This war will happen whether you like it or you don't like it. Whether you decide to fight or you decide not to fight, the war will happen and you will fight. Later on in the 18th chapter also Bhagwan says, even if you decide not to fight, Prakriti will force you to fight. So without without you, also this war will happen. So rite pitva na bhavishyanti sarve, nobody will remain. I will kill them all. See, Bhagwan makes different people nimitta in his plan. Therefore, we don't understand Bhagwan's plan. A human being with his limited understanding, with limited our mind intellect, we don't understand the cosmic plan, the cosmic structure of this world. We look from a very limited standpoint, therefore we get confused. Because anything seen from a narrow vision will appear very, very confusing, will be utterly confusing. When it is seen holistically, the whole picture will become clear. So Bhagwan says, Rite pitva na bhavishyanti sarve. Who sarve? Ye avasthita pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Ye yodhaha. All these warriors who have assembled here, and they are placed in the different divisions and stationed in different arrays and different divisions of this army. Pratyanikeshu avasthita yodhaha. They are destined to be killed. It is a done deal. It is done. It's already decided. See, even this bomb which fell on Hiroshima, before the bomb was dropped, it was already decided. The decision came first. Then the actual implementation of that decision happened later on. But decision was already taken. And nobody knew. A lot of people are unaware. Similarly, The decision of this war is already done. भगवान से हो गया है, सबका बेड़ा पार हो गया है. Everything is already done. So nobody will remain alive. Only few remained alive, but rest of them all got killed in this battlefield. All those who were proud and ambitious and had great plans and ऐसा करेंगे वैसा करेंगे ऐसे वो, all of them lying down on the battlefield, back to dust, back into the soil, gone. So rite pitva na bhavishyanti sarve ye vastita pratyanikeshu yodhaha. So that is I am that Kala. Therefore, hey Arjuna, you listen to what I am saying. You behave and you act in that way, that will be good for you. So Bhagwan gives a beautiful teaching and advice to Arjuna in the next verse that we will see in our class tomorrow. So till then, you take care of yourself. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, and develop that rapport with Ishvara. Get connected to Ishvara. You are so concerned getting connected to your friends and relatives on your mobile and all. Get connected to Ishvara by chanting His name, by singing His stuti, by meditating on Him, by contemplating on Him. Just feel that connection with Ishvara. If you feel that connection with Ishvara, then you will become free of all your worries, will become free of all your fears, will become free of all your sorrows and pain, will become free of this samsara. Okay? So you can do that. And we will meet again tomorrow. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Siyavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.